Welcome everybody to Rally Japan. It is the penultimate round of the WRC and the title fight is on a knife edge. It is going to be a thrilling weekend here at what is a technically complex rally. I'm Bex Williams, ready to talk you through the first run of Shakedown. Alongside me is Mike Chen and our championship leaders who lead the way by 13 points over Ogier and RovanperA are ready to go on the start line of Shakedown. Huge weekend in Prospect, Chenny. We're totally up for this, and I know you guys are around the world watching right now. What an event, though, to come into and to have this title fight play out.
Yeah, massive, isn't it, Bex? Elfyn Evans just leading by 13 points from Sebastian Ogier and RovanperA, both joint on 234, so it's going to be massive. And as well, Bex, look at the green on the road there. We're going to get that a lot this weekend. You saw the way the car was twitching and moving around. Elfyn Evans has won this rally a couple of times in the past, hasn't he? And he needs that this weekend. This is also interesting, this shakedown stage, Bex. This is a dress rehearsal for stage one coming later. It's exactly the same, the stage that's going to be later on. So it's a good opportunity for the drivers to really fine-tune the notes and get everything right. It's rare we see Shakedown being run as an actual stage immediately afterwards, isn't it? Yeah,
that's true. Kuragaiki Park is where we're at. Then it is a short blast through this morning, just over 2.7 kilometres in length. And yes, it will be stage one later on today. So this is a good sighting shot for them all right now. I think that the title fight is the most thrilling we've seen in the championship for quite a few years. And you're right, Elfyn is in the advantage here in the fact that he's won this rally the past 2 years, 23, 24. He's done exceptionally well on Japanese roads. He does have the points advantage, but Chenny, he needs to get a good haul of points this weekend. Going into the final round, which is brand new for everybody in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be an interesting final round indeed, but a lot of emphasis, a lot of pressure on all of the title contenders here this weekend to get good points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Elfyn's got to build enough of a lead to be able to deal with the fact that he's going to be opening the road in Saudi Arabia as well. It's a bit of a lottery, isn't it? We've never been there before as Elfyn completes the donut around the roundabout. It's a tricky stage, this, Bex. It's greener than I thought it was going to be. In underneath the trees, lots of opportunity for the car to just get away from you. And I think we're going to see that a lot throughout the weekend. Like I said, so much of this rally is in underneath the trees. It holds some moisture and the road just goes green, so the grip levels will be up and down. There's the red boards.
Tight technical stages in dense forestry here in Japan. This is what we see throughout the weekend. It is really difficult, especially when the weather turns. Looks like it's going to be dry Friday, Saturday here. Sunday, though, a storm is forecast, so that could be the spice at the end of the rally. Let's switch out to the stop control. Molly Pettit is there for us to catch up with the championship leader, find out how he's feeling.
Elfyn, good morning. You have a fantastic statistic here in Japan. What are your thoughts on the weekend, and what is it like to be back here?
Yeah, nice to be back. Obviously, always a very, very warm welcome here for us all. And yeah, like I say, it's nice to be back. Like always, it's a tricky weekend. Very technical, very twisty. So we need to be pretty accurate in the driving. But yeah, the stages look nice, and we look forward to it.
Body language-wise, he's seeming pretty relaxed, isn't he? I mean, he knows what he can do here, what he can achieve here, but he is being hunted down by this man, Sebastian Ogier, and RovanperA. You know, and Seb's got a great run of results on the board here in Japan as well, so we know how well he can do. And now, after the mistake in Central European Rally, he'll be smarting from that. He will want to get the maximum points on the board. It's always tough to be hunted down by Seb, I feel.
Oh, yeah, look, he never gives up, does he? And that mistake, you know, he bounces back so strong, doesn't he? And it could almost be, it's going to sound silly now, but that could almost be a bit of a blessing in disguise if he can close the gap to Elfyn Evans, but not be opening the road going into Saudi. But look at the understeer there, as he got back on the throttle, the car just pushing forward. But, and again, a lot of this will be about protecting tyres, Bex. You don't want to light it up and send it sideways around there. You've got 28 tyres you can use across the weekend, 28 hards and 22 soft, so you don't want to just muller a set of tyres going through Shakedown. But coming back to what I was saying about Sebastian Ogier, if he can close the gap up to Elfyn Evans going into Saudi but not be leading, opening the road, then that's gonna help him. So that mistake in CR could be a bit of a blessing. 2 seconds slower than Elfyn Evans through there.
Our 8-time world champion is looking for a 9th. And this pair are looking for a 3rd world championship title. RovanperA, Jouni Halttunen.
See the car just maybe locked up a little bit on the brakes there. It's slippy out.
Seb, good morning. You're now on the hunt for Elfyn Evans, 13 points behind. What sort of mood are you in now before the weekend starts?
Well, it's quite simple. We need to score more than him, and yeah, that's the plan of the weekend.
And your impressions from the recce? What sort of rally have we got to look forward to?
Well, a bit similar than we always had here. Very twisty roads. Some sections are nice, some are very narrow, very demanding. Weather will play a role, like often also here. So yeah, interesting rally ahead.
It is an interesting rally. It's one that I think we've all come to love now over the years after watching it. Elfyn mentioned it as we were on board with RovanperA here. It is a warm welcome from the fans, and that's something that really stands out here. It is an incredible welcome. There are so many fans. You don't see them so much on the sidelines of the stages, but believe me, they are everywhere else.
RovanperA is another man who's going to be going hell for leather. I think Seb and Kalle will just throw everything at this weekend. See Kalle just getting a bit more movement in the car. That's much cleaner. That's where Seb just lost a little bit of time. Again, it's Shakedown, it's not a problem. Coming back to the championship fight as well, Bex. If Elfyn can outscore Seb and build himself up a lead, then that's going to set himself up perfectly for Saudi Arabia. So everybody's slightly got their own agenda within the Toyota team, and what a lovely problem for Toyota to have as well, Bex, you know?
As freshly crowned manufacturers champions as well, it is just the drivers' title left to go, and these drivers are allowed to fight it out. No team orders from Toyota. That is something they have stuck by since they've returned to the WRC. So we will see a completely fair fight between everybody this weekend.
And the beauty of it as well, Bex, is, I mean, it's a proper Hail Mary, isn't it? But Oitanak mathematically still in it. So this weekend, he'll be licking the stamp and sending it into the stages.
Kalle, good morning. Coming to Japan from this fantastic win in CER, what are your thoughts on this big championship fight that we have on our hands?
Yeah, it's obviously a tight fight going on. Nice to be back in Japan. Already the Shakedown is now reminding that it's gonna be a tricky week, and it's not easy here. Grip levels are changing and really narrow and tricky roads. So yeah, gonna be a tricky weekend, but nice to be in Japan, and big one for Toyota always, so it's good.
Yeah, of course, it is the home event for Toyota. Second fastest on the board then from RovanperA, 2:15.4. Remember, we come back here for stage 1, competitive action on this very stage later on today. Can rely on RovanperA to absolutely get that drifting around right.
Yeah, that's what we'll see. You know, that's the quickest way around it ultimately. We'll see that all the drivers employing that later on in the stage. I think it's just maybe a little bit of tyre management.
So the man then who is 4th in the championship right now, Oitanak and co-driver Martin Ogier. It is a big stretch for them, but mathematically they are still within the title fight out there. Unfortunately, though, for reigning world champion Thierry Neuville, that all came to a bit of a crushing end at CER. It was still a long shot going into CER, but it really sealed the deal there that he was out of the title fight for this year.
Look at the understeer, Bex, as well. Look how much the car's, how much lock Thierry's got on the steering. The car's just pushing on. That's not that there's anything wrong with the car. It's just that the grip levels are all over the place. And we're going to see that. It is such a bitty rally, Bex. Very hard to get into a flow. There's on and off the brakes an awful lot. And like I said, so hard to judge the grip levels. Under the sun, it'll be okay. Under the trees, that'll just slip away that grip. No pun intended.
Morning, Ois. How is it to be back in Japan?
Sorry?
How is it to be back in Japan?
I like Japan.
You're still in with a mathematical chance in the championship. What are your thoughts ahead of the weekend?
Yeah, not about championship, but about rally for sure. So we try to do all we can.
You felt good in here?
Very good.
Yeah, I think he's kind of, you know, at the end of CEI, he almost ruled himself out of the title fights because it would need a catastrophe for the 3 in front of him.
Catastrophe
really,
and a bit more.
yeah,
I think.
him to be in with a shot of that. But It'll be interesting to see how Hyundai do perform here this weekend.
Actually, there's nothing to lose, Bex. Just send it in, you know, just send the cars in, and it's every time you're running a car, again, it's a great opportunity to learn, good opportunity to learn, to get data together, and it'll be interesting to see, for me, though, actually, Bex, how Thierry Neuville and Adrian Fourmeau get on versus Oit Tanak, because obviously Oit's running a slightly different setup on that car when they pulled him out of the manufacturers, or a point scoring position for the manufacturers. So
it's the older spec of car, it's not the, as we're calling the 25 car with the upgrades.
Yeah, it's the older spec of car, and also there's linked parts as well. So basically, those linked parts, transmission diffs, that sort of stuff that you've got to run in CER, that Thierry and Adrian are running here this weekend. Oit hasn't got that, so he can put in what he wants. So again, it's a great opportunity for Hyundai to just glean a load of data on what makes this car go quicker going into next year. They've nothing to lose, so send them out and see what they can pull together.
2:16.6 there. Neuville knows what it takes, though, to win this event. Let's find out how our reigning world champion, current world champion, is feeling. What can he deliver this weekend? What can this man deliver? Takamoto Katsuta, home event for him. I think everyone's excited to see what Taka can do.
Thierry, good morning. We're back in Japan. We're back at the place where you clinched the world title last year. What are your thoughts on the upcoming weekend?
Yeah, obviously we are not in the same scenario as we were last year. We will have a rally where we want to enjoy and see what we can do. I have no idea where we will be. So target is to work around the car and get a bit more of an understanding if we can. So yeah, no pressure, just getting through, and we will see at the end.
Yeah, Molly with a timely reminder there that, of course, last year Japan was the final round. We saw an absolute thriller here in the drivers' title battle, and also the manufacturers, which went right down to the final power stage.
I really want to see Takamoto Katsuta have a good weekend, Bex. He's come close so many times. He knows the roads, and you know, he's quick. He deserves a win, but to do it at home, we saw what Roberto Dapra did when he got his first WRC 2 victory at home in Sardinia. Taka deserves a win now, doesn't he? But to do it here at home would be so special.
It would, and you know, the amount of stage wins he's had here at Rally Japan, the way he's approached the rally over the years. Like you said, we know what he can do. We just need him to go that one bit extra and take the top step of the podium. This is just Shakedown, just run one of Shakedown. Remember, it's a very long and complex rally ahead. Full focus, though, for Taka. A little bit, obviously, more pressure on his shoulders here, being that home event. Switch out to Adrian Fourmeau and Alex Correa.
Taka, good morning. It's home rally time. You've never finished out of the top 5 here. You've had many stage wins. Could this be the weekend? The weekend where you win?
I don't know. I try my best for sure. There's a big fight on the championships for guys, so I just focus on for maximum what I can do. And yeah, it's interesting to see where I will be in the end of the rally. Lot of fans. Nice to have this kind of big support. So definitely I do my best.
Nice helmet.
Thank you. That's good.
Yeah, he's always got a special helmet for the home event, and it does look very good. But like you said, you know, there's a title fight going on, but he is focused very much on what he can do out there this weekend. He doesn't have to worry. The Manufacturers' Championship is sealed now, Jenny, so he can go and do his own thing.
Yeah, absolutely. There will be, even if the teams say there's no team orders, you haven't got to worry about anything, Taka, go and do your own thing. In his head, what he won't, there will be that thought process of, I don't want to get mixed up in a championship battle and end up ruining it for somebody else or whatever, you know. That's why he even made that comment there. There's a fight for the championship on, and you know, he won't want to get embroiled in that or end up getting in somebody else's way or whatever. But I think he's just got to kind of put those thoughts to one side. He deserves to be here. He's just got to tear on and try and get a strong result. And if, frankly, Bex, if a Japanese driver can win in a Japanese car in Japan, that's a fairy tale story for them. I'm sure the team will be encouraging Taka to push on.
Quite frankly, if he's ahead of all three of them, that's no problem, is it?
Well, yeah.
Adrian Formo then completes 3.1 seconds off the pace of Elvin Evans, who from first on the road is the fastest driver through run 1 of Shakedown.
I'll tell you what, Bex, over only, what is it, 2.75 kilometres this stage, for Elvin to go nearly 2 seconds quicker.
Yeah, it's quite a stretch, isn't it?
That's a decent chunk of time.
Adrian, good morning. You were third here last year. What can we expect to see from you this weekend?
Well, it's really nice to be back in Japan. It's normally a really demanding quality for everybody. Many times there is things happening also for the championship, and also really entertaining. So yeah, it's also a tricky one, especially when the rain comes like last night, and then you have a really slippery condition. Roads that normally people don't really use it so often. So quite challenging for us, but it's a double S event, so that's quite normal. Thank you.
Yeah, he makes a really strong point there. You know, we are using some roads here that are not used on an everyday basis. So where you can see the green on this stage, you'll see it a lot more on some of the others. Very much through the dense forest stages. It can be so slippy out there. We did have a little bit of rain in the region yesterday. It's not forecast though for tomorrow. For Saturday, it's still looking dry at the moment, but as I mentioned earlier, Sunday is looking like it could be a washout here.
It's such a tricky one, this roundabout, because it's right on the kind of verge of whether or not it's quicker to slide the car around and light up all 4 wheels and sort of power slide it around, or to drive it. You see some people who are, you can hear them on and off the throttle while they're just driving it around, and they're kind of 50p'ing the car around the roundabout, if you like. And others like Calais, who just lit it up and sent it all the way around in one constant drift. But it's not drifting. It isn't always necessarily the fastest way. It looks the smoothest, but it's not about what looks better. It's about what's quickest at the end of the day, isn't it?
4th fastest through for Sami Pyeri then.
Down through to them. Better. Don't join 4, left over correct. 2, straight into the 2, 3 right. Keep into. Don't 3 left pass. Open for 50.
Sami, good morning. That's 4th fastest so far on Shakedown. What do you believe is possible for you this weekend?
Yeah, it's nice to see that the pace is okay, but few past tarmac rallies also has been really nice. I've been enjoying it a lot. But yeah, still, I guess this is really a challenging rally, but I'm happy to really face it this time. Like, I still want to learn the more tricky conditions, but yeah, really looking forward.
Sami, you're a Toyota Rally 1 driver in Japan. What's that like?
Yeah, it's really special, and I feel that every year he receives even more and more fans, so it's really amazing what the Super really is in here.
Yeah, it is quite incredible support. Josh McLean and Owen Tracy very much felt that. They were in Tokyo ahead of the rally for a function with Rally Plus magazine, and they had so many fans asking loads of questions there. They'd learned everything about the drivers. They were really blown away by it. Huge support. Interesting, car number 55, so the number 55, which he chose because when he started Monte Carlo this year, it was his 55th event with Motorsport Island, but 5 in Japanese means go. So he's go this weekend. That's what you've got to call him.
Okay, that's great.
See, you know, this Japanese knowledge over the years is actually paying off a little bit.
Your Japanese has come on leaps and bounds.
I know, right?
Some woman. You are some woman. Unbelievable. Not just handy at commentating, fluent in Japanese as well.
Josh McAlean completes then the Shakedown stage. Let's go and have a chat with him, see what is possible this weekend for Josh and for his teammate at M Sport, Greg Munster.
Great little championship battle between the pair of them, Bex. McAlean only 1 point clear of Munster in the championship.
Quite slippy, but it's great to be back in Japan. It's obviously an incredible place, as many people have said. So yeah, it's going to be a big challenge this weekend with the grip and yeah, the roads as well. So let's go try and enjoy it.
What's it like coming back this year as a Rally 1 driver? Is that sort of elevated your status a bit?
We had the PR events before. before the week have been crazy. The fans, how passionate they are and how lovely they are as people as well. So yeah, we're excited to enjoy the atmosphere.
Yeah, we've seen it all year, haven't we, Bex? It's been this Toyota, and again, it's no disrespect to M Sport, it's just the reality of the situation. Toyota and Hyundai, who've just got more money to spend, more development on the cars there. You know, they've been in their battle, and M Sport have kind of had their own inter-team battle, and we would talk about it right at the start of the year, and the proof is in the pudding. Macklin and Munster separated by just 1 point, with Rally Japan and Saudi Arabia still to run. So it's about inter-team bragging on us between the pair of them, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, like you said, we've watched this play out throughout the entire season. The penultimate round has come pretty quickly. Can't believe we're at this point in the season. Greg Munster now on the final stretch. So it is Elvin Evans. He's still the fastest through at Shakedown. It's a great time on the board from Elvin. You can see the countdown there to the time.
Yeah, no one's going to beat Elvin on run one anyway, that's for sure, Bex. Look at the understeer there. As Gregoire was picking up the throttle, the car just pushing on to go 7.5 seconds. You could see how much earlier on in the stage as well, Bex, in underneath the trees, how Gregoire was really tiptoeing through. Just couldn't get the front of that car hooked up anywhere, could he? So there'll be a bit of head scratching going on down there at the moment. They've got to try and dial that out.
Morning, Greg. You're back in Japan. Tell us about your approach this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky event, like always, very technical. Not much test in such condition because you cannot test outside Europe, and it's difficult to know how the tire will handle. Almost went straight on the third junction, so then calm down a bit.
Okay, that explains it then, Bex, because we could see when we joined him after the first junction, and Gregoire was really tiptoeing, and these drivers know the last thing that you want to do is give the team a whole load of work for a silly mistake in the shakedown stage.
Oliver Solberg, Elliot Edmondson, it's the first time for them in competitive mode in Japan. They've done the recce here previously, but the first time that we actually see them behind the wheel in anger. Of course, they are our champions in WRC2 this year. What a successful season they've had.
Yeah, Petter Solberg he won it back in 2004, didn't he, Bex? He's always been such a... That's right. You probably were at that, were you?
I was.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do any of the Ogier stuff. I was...
Ogier was great. I mean, it was a gravel event back in the day, but there's some brilliant images of gone up because Oliver was there.
Right.
For the early days. Some young pictures of Oliver behind the wheel of a little toy kind of car in Japan. A very different factor these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, contrasting rally. Obviously, we're on the northernmost island of Japan in Hokkaido. It was a gravel event back then, and Petter won the first ever one.
And he was such a hero, wasn't he? So it's nice to see. Yeah, he was a superstar. When I did my first one in Japan was Sapporo, and Petter was like, he was there, and he was just a superstar. It's the best way to describe it. So it's really nice to see Oliver here competing and sort of following in his old man's boots, if you like. It'd be great if he can put in a strong performance this weekend.
Oliver, good morning. Been here before doing the recce, but now this time you're competing. How excited are you about that?
Konnichiwa. Finally in Japan to compete. It's one of my favorite countries in the world. So I'm very, very happy. And done the recce a few years ago, but now everything's different again. So it's a lot to learn. Definitely a lot new. Very tricky, but I'm very, very excited to get the experience for the future.
Oliver, what's your earliest memory of Japan?
I have seen a lot of pictures anyway from when we were here in Rally Japan 2004, with my dad when he won for Subaru, and a lot of special memories here for the family, So, and I'm in also a Japanese car, so it's quite cool.
Let's switch out then to Gus Greensmith, Jonas Anderson, who are very much into WRC2 territory, obviously kicking off with Oliver Solberg. Nice to see Gus competing here. He loves this country.
Yeah.
What's not to love about Japan? Quite frankly, it is a great place. What can we expect from Gus this weekend?
I'm sure Gus will be thereabouts. He's fired up for the weekend, and I think Gus has had a better year this year than he did last year. It still hasn't gone his entire way. We haven't seen the best of Gus Greensmith, I think, just through technical difficulties, everything else throughout the year. But yeah, Gus is properly fired up And he's quick here. I remember last year he bolted a set of rears onto the back of the car and was giving us some big skids and big slides. And yeah, I'm sure Gus will be enormously entertaining for us and the fans. And he'll want to keep this man, Nikolai Gryazin, in similar machinery, and Oliver Solberg in a Toyota, on his feet as well. A bit of jet lag for you.
Yeah, well,
won't be the first time.
Gus is kicking us off with the first of our point-scoring drivers in WRC2, and of course still the battle for silver and bronze, let's say, in the WRC2 Championship.
Morning, Gus. Great to see you here in Japan. What can we expect to see from you this weekend?
It's going to be pretty slippy, I think, as proven there. And yeah, we just have to see if the rain comes on Sunday, which will spice things up.
What's the welcome been like for you?
It's mega. It's a cool place to be.
Yeah, it is. We can't kind of hit that home enough. You'll see a little bit of it later on the coverage, because we have a kind of parade, a ceremonial start after the opening stage, right in the heart of Toyota City. And that's where the fans like to see the drivers. You know, they'll be out in force there. Nikolai Gryazin is no slouch on this surface. I think understanding the terrain of Japan, understanding the stages and what can catch you out here is really important. We're in autumn time, we've got a lot of loose leaves around, as well as the greenery on the stage as well. There's lots of different things. The narrowness, we can't really emphasize how narrow in parts it is. You've got drainage culverts by the side of the road on a majority of the stages, which you can clip, put a wheel into. It's difficult.
You've got to be very careful, Bex. You're right. There's lots of stuff on the apex corners. I think we'll see tyres getting damaged throughout the weekend. You can see anti-cut devices that are out, but throughout the weekend there will be tyres that are damaged. There's lots of opportunities to cut, but you don't always know what's lurking in the apex of the corner. It's a good run through from Nikolai Gryazin. He looked tidy through there. And yeah, you don't know what's lurking in the apex corner, so you stick a wheel in there to try and take a cut, and the next thing you've damaged the tyre and picked up a puncture. And I do think we'll see that across the weekend. We saw it actually for some people during Shakedown, during the recce, Bex. So again, when there's so much at stake, you've got to be very, very careful.
Here last year, so tell us, what does it take to win at this event?
I think to be smooth and precise and confident with the pace notes, and for sure, if weather will be like yesterday when we have some rain, and now it's not clear how it's going to dry out. So for sure, a lot of things comes to the gravel crew also. So I think everything from our side is ready to go. Just need to keep calm and do the good job. I think this will be the key point.
It's a good summary. If you can get all that right, then yeah, that's what you need to do to string it together for a strong result. And his point about being confident and trusting in the pace notes, not letting the road drive you. If you're worried and frightened of what's underneath you, you'll never properly attack the stage. And I think you've just got to be confident and really push on. Attack the road, and in doing so, Bex, as well, you're maintaining tyre temperature and everything else. If you're just tiptoeing around, everything then starts to come away from you. You lose brake temp, you lose tyre temperature, and then things just continue to start to unravel in a downward fashion. So you've got to attack the stage, attack the road, not in an aggressive way, but just in a smooth, fast-flowing way.
You're watching as Jan Solans now comes to the end of run one of Shakedown. A reminder for you that we kickstart competitively today with the opening stage, which will be this stage, the Shakedown stage. Kuragaiki Park will run later on, followed by the fans with the drivers at an incredible start ceremony after stage one in the heart of Toyota City, which we will be covering. While we wait to chat to Jan Solans, then let's catch up with Alejandro CachAn, who was leading for the majority of Central
Great to see
European.
you here in Japan. What is the target for you this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, the target should be to fight for the WRC Challenger Championship. We are still in the fight with Nikolai and other guys that will come in Arabia, so we need a good result here, try to score as much points as possible and try to fight for this championship at least.
So going back to Central European Rally, Alejandro CachAn, I think he kind of surprised us a little bit, didn't he? Opening stage, I was saying, you know, it's going to be really difficult for Alejandro. You need to adapt to these roads. He'd done it once before. And then he blew us away with the stage times that he was setting. He was so comfortable on really tricky roads.
Yeah.
Will that be the case here, though, I wonder?
He was properly quick in CR. This is, I mean, yeah, we'd expect it from him on fast-flowing, you know, warm climate countries that's similar to what he's used to rallying on at home. But yeah, CER is properly quick. I think similar again this weekend, Bex. There's no reason why he couldn't be.
I'm excited to see what he can produce. I really am. I'm sure everyone out there is as well, because he was the star of CER.
And he deserved to win that rally. Yeah, he made a mistake and that was the end of that. But pace-wise, he was properly on it. So he needs to kind of get that monkey off his back a little bit. Just a bit of over-rotation there. You saw where the car was, he just lost the back of the car a little bit too much. The front of the car wasn't pointed at the junction off the roundabout and scrubbed off a bit of speed there. Can't be doing that later on in stage one. But yeah, he's got to get that monkey off his back. It was such an unfortunate mistake in CER. Such a minor, it just touched a hay bale and it was so minor, and then just took the rear suspension off it.
2:23.3 is the time, 2/10 adrift of Gus Greensmith's time, 3 seconds behind Gryazin.
Alejandro, good morning. What a rally you were having in CER. Incredible pace until you were hit by some bad luck. What are your thoughts on the weekend? Are we going to see the same pace?
Let's see, I'm going to try, but it's not easy. Being here without test is never easy. I don't know the grip, I don't know nothing, so just this first pass, try to get the feeling with the car, with the grip, and now start to build the confidence. Thank you.
Building the confidence is what it's all about then for Alejandro CachAn today and throughout the next 3 days of competition. Let's then take a look at the stage classification for run one of Shakedown. Elfyn Evans topping the charts there with a 2:13.8. RovanperA just behind, then Ogier, Pyrie, Katsuta to the top 5. Then we get underway with the Hyundais with Neuville, Tanak and FORUM8, and Josh McAlean for M Sport in 9th. Then Nikolai Gryazin, WRC 2, 10th, fastest through. Then Solberg, Munster, Solans, Greenmith and Alejandro CachAn. Let's head in to the service park here now in Toyota City and catch up with Kiri.
Well, a very good morning to you from the service park. As Bex Williams just said, in Toyota City, wherever you are around the world, enjoy this ride because it's the penultimate round of the World Rally Championship 2025. And that title fight, as I'm sure you're going to hear all weekend, is so electric and alive. It is going to be such a fascinating weekend to watch unfold. Well, this is how it stands after round 12. Elfyn Evans, as I'm sure you know by now, is leading the way. He's 13 points clear of Sébastien Ogier and Calais RovanperA. To clarify, Ogier is in front of Calais, although they share the same points because he has had more wins. So if it comes right down to the wire, it gives you an idea of just how much is at stake this weekend. And as we head into Saudi, this battle amongst the Toyotas is just going to be absolutely incredible. Of course, the manufacturer's title is decided, WRC2 title is decided, but it is all about the big guns. Okay, so what's coming up for the weekend? We've got one stage today. It starts here at around about 4 o'clock. We will be on air with you, building up to that at 3:30. These are local times, remember, going to vary all around the world. Friday, Saturday and Sunday. It's a busy day in terms of stages, as always here, and it's going to be tricky if that storm does come in on Sunday. So there's plenty to anticipate over the next 4 days here in Japan. So make sure you join us for every single bit of action. Of course, we'll be covering it. So we'll see you back here at 3:30.